Hey, welcome to
Welcome to there and back.
There we go. We got Cody Troutman and Dace Carlson.
Howdy.
And let's play the theme music.
All right. How long are we doing this for?
We're your hosts,
Adrian, Doell, and
Justin C.
there and back.
Here we go.
There and back. If you like what you hear, please like and subscribe. That definitely helps us out.
Comment, all the good
Comment.
stuff.
That'll help us, maybe one day that'll help us pay for our gas to get to where we go.
Yeah,
Exactly.
I'm gonna move my stuff.
That's really, when you do comedy, all you're trying to do is get the gas paid for to get to the venue.
wherever.
Yeah,
we're
yeah,
going.
for real.
If you're covering your gas prices, you're one of the probably top 10% comedians in the world.
Dude.
Because we know a lot of comedians who, you know what? This is a new diss. If a comedian's bad, you say they're not worth the gas price. Like you wouldn't pay him enough to cover the gas to get to the venue. Like that Dace Carlson, you know what I'm saying.
Oh, chill.
That's messed up, dude.
I have a good car. I
Alright.
did great mileage. Hookers.
That's your new submission tape. You're like, hey, not only am I a good comic, but my car gets great mileage.
Very
You
cheap.
don't need to pay me a lot.
That is a plus, really. By the way, speaking of, we're going to Austin,
Yes.
August 4, 5, and 6. We'll come back on the 7th, which is a Wednesday. So the plan is leave early on Sunday the 4th and
Wait a minute.
get up there, sign
I'll go
up for the
35 south and then-
mothership mic on Sunday night and whatever else is going on. And then after that, we will sign up for Kill Tony on Monday. There's another mothership mic right before Kill Tony. I want to stand in line all day so we can actually watch the show.
We almost got tickets.
We almost got tickets.
We tried to get tickets.
Yeah.
They sell out in literally seconds.
I logged on right at 12 when it posted. I sat in line for 2 hours, watched that little walkie man go all the way across. And by the time I got across and it was my turn, tickets were sold out.
Damn.
Gone. Gone. But yeah, do you guys want to go?
I would be completely down to go, yeah.
It will depend on where things are with the grow.
Okay.
We're
I'll have to
very,
check with work too, yeah.
we're very busy would be an understatement.
What's the grow?
Yeah.
What's the grow?
That's what I do for a living is grow marijuana.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
That kind of surprises me.
Yeah. That's
'Cause you don't
rare
use-
earth, baby.
you
That's
don't use
me.
marijuana.
No, I don't personally partake, but it's only because of my asthma. It's
Okay.
I can't do inhalables. And especially there was times when I would dabble in different things, but now that it's like my actual business, I'm not very good with gray area. I got to set the extremes so it's never get high on your own
Never get-
supply.
Exactly.
Yep,
And
there you
it
go.
helps me. You know what the unexpected benefit is? It helps me be objective. Because when I grow something, I'm very proud of it.
Right.
And if I was consuming it, I would be even more connected. But we have a group of people that test the product and give us honest reviews based on, what genetics we're trying to run, what flavor profiles we're trying to achieve, what effects we're trying to achieve. And if I liked something and it was negatively reviewed, it'd be harder for me to accept that feedback than if it's like, hey, I grew all of these. I'm equally invested in all of them. Let's find the best and kind of go all in on the best. It's easier for me to receive the right kind of feedback. So that's been an unexpected benefit.
That's awesome, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a huge benefit because there's literally no bias. Are we? Okay.
Yeah,
Now I know where we're at.
I
I thought we were driving the wrong way.
I feel like it feels like it.
It feels like it because we went back south.
Yeah,
Makes sense.
but it's having me loop over here.
Yeah, if you get on this 44 East, that'll take you right where you need to go.
This is great for podcasts.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Just kind of
Just
what if-
goes to show that we have no fucking clue where we are.
a whole podcast of just like trying to navigate the Oklahoma interstate system. But yeah, that's what I have a indoor grow up in Edmond, and I was making deliveries this afternoon.
Okay.
One of your biggest cost is labor. So since it's mine, I don't pay myself.
Oh, so it's your company.
Yeah. So it's
Oh,
so I do a lot of the deliveries. I do a lot of like the stuff that's usually like costly labor wise, and hopefully, in 12 months, profit margins will have increased to the point where I can hire some labor and we can start ramping up production more.
Yeah.
Because that's kind of the tough give and take. To produce more costs more, but if you don't have the money to pay for the cost, you don't recoup the investment until you've sold the final product.
Right.
But you have to pay for the labor and pay for the raw materials, pay for the electricity, pay for the water to grow it when those costs are incurred.
Right.
But you can't just, well, there are certain growers that, super big ones that have where stuff is sold before it's harvested. You got to really build up a reputation and be really big to get there. For an operation of my size and brand presence, you don't get the money until the flower is at the dispensary and they pay you for it. So so it's a little bit of a uneven cost and revenue stream. So we're having to build up reserves of cash so that we can make some of the improvements necessary, ramp up production, pay for the labor, and then get it sold and not put ourselves in a hole.
That's awesome, dude. How long have you been doing that?
I've been growing for years and years, but we've had the commercial facility for 3 years.
Okay.
Are there any other growers in the area that you're like beefing with? Can you
No,
come
the
over
the
to
other
their
growers
territory?
the other growers that are close to me are super cool. They're really the guy that I talk to most. Well, that's a company, but like the owner of that I talk to the most, they have the facility that's closest to us. They're like 5 times our size, but they're really cool. They're great, and we're kind of in the. We better change the subject. I'm gonna derail the podcast.
No. This is really interesting. I'm into this.
So I'll try to make this. Somebody change the subject when it gets boring. So because this is like my entire life, other than comedy, is like trying to grow great
I had
weed.
no idea, bro.
Yeah, I mean,
is
I don't
so
talk
cool.
a lot about at the mics because it's like I do it 70 hours a week, so it's nice to like not talk about it at the mics. But it
Right.
like I have to force myself not to.
Right.
Basically, for the last 3 years, we've been growing in what's called deep water culture. And it's just a type of growing method. And that's how I started out, even in like my little 4x4s. I built like a little DWC system, and it's really cool, but at scale, for a number of reasons, it just doesn't work. I mean, it doesn't work is misleading. Yes, it works. The plants grow, the product is fine, but it's very hard to scale because of a few reasons. Number one, plant mobility. Like the buckets that you're in, you can't move around. So a room has to basically be there for all of veg and all of flower. And your plant spacing has to be wider apart because each plant needs more accoutrements to go with it. Like the buckets have to be big enough to hold a root ball of a fully developed plant.
Yeah.
So you can't like upsize your pots and plants as things get bigger. They start in the biggest environment pretty much. So your plant counts and plant density is also less. So then your rooms and your square foot of your canopy is smaller than it could be with another method. So what you end up is with a lower plant count and less harvest per 365 days. So you have to really max out the yield per plant. But to do that, you have to excessively prune and train. And if one plant lags behind another, and you've got, say your canopy space is like 200 square feet and you've packed 200 plants in there, that's fine. But if your canopy space is 200 square feet and you have 40 plants in there and one's not doing so good, and the labor to get there is a lot. So say that, you vegged for 3 or 4 weeks and between 60 and 70 days for flower. I always allot 70 just in case it takes longer to finish. I don't want that to screw me. So that's 100 days. That's only a 3.5 harvests a year. But if you've got a room that's just a flower period, 70 days, oftentimes 60 to 65, but you want to allot 70 just in case. That's 5 harvests per year. So even if the yields are no bigger, you're getting, just by frequency of harvest, you're getting more because you can move the plants from a veg area to a flower area. So deep water culture was really fun when it was just me and like a 4x4 tent. Now that we're at the commercial facility, I deeply regret going this route because our facilities just underutilize the space. We don't get the maximum amount out of our space. So what we're going to do in the next 12 months, which is why we've been setting aside all this cash, is rip everything out and rebuild it to like a drip feed irrigation, rock wool, drain to waste. So it's going to be a whole different style of growing. Still hydroponics, so a lot of the knowledge will carry over. And we've been kind of talking with other partners that have expertise in the drip irrigation. So we're going to get some expertise. Obviously, it's going to take some time to work out the kinks, but our facility will actually be fully optimized. So we're going to go from like 3.5 harvests per year per room to 5. And we have 4 flower rooms. So we're legitimately going to go from like 14, 15 harvests a year to 20. So even if our yield per square foot doesn't change, that's a massive difference in total weight moved. And I do think because we're going to be able to pack in a lot more plants in the same amount of square footage, our yield per square foot, a lot of times you measure your yield in like grams of dry flower produced per square foot of canopy. And so if we're able to bump that number up and the yield frequency increases, it'll be a game changer. So this time next year, I'll be chauffeuring us to Tulsa.
Hell yeah.
Dude,
That's
nice.
tight.
Can I talk about my meth lab growing business?
Yeah, dude, meth probably has way better margins than
Oh
weed.
yeah, no, I sell it out of an ice cream truck to kids. It's a completely untapped market. Kids love ice cream. They just keep coming back. When you put meth in there, they really get to
Can't
going.
stop.
Dude, the margins on illegal drugs are way better than legal.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. So did you learn to grow before they legalized in Oklahoma?
Yeah, just as like it's funny because instead of calling it like illegal, if you did it before the legalization, you're called a legacy grower.
Ooh.
Oh, okay.
It's like that's the way everybody says it, so it doesn't sound as bad. But yeah, I was messing around in like a little 4x4 tent just for my own fun. My dad's been into cannabis and weed since he was like 20, so 100 years ago, and he just thought it was cool and fun. And there were rumors of it getting legalized in Oklahoma City back in like 2016, so we started goofing around.
Dude, I wish I would have done something like that.
Now your dad was a stoner. He just wanted you to do all the dirty work.
Yes, that continues to this day. He'll come out on Saturdays and he's like, "This place is sweet."
That's awesome. That's super cool, dude. That's super cool that you and your dad can like bond over that.
Yeah, that's an interesting.
Probably the coolest fucking thing to bond over
It's
with your
pretty
dad
cool.
about.
Mixing the bonding with business is tough, though.
Yeah, I
I
bet
would
it
caution
is.
against that.
Yeah.
It's I mean, obviously, you know, in some ways we've gotten closer, but there's been a lot of hard conversations.
Mm.
But yeah, especially if we convert it to this new setup, you guys next year, once it's all done, have to come out and tour it.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
Because right now, especially with deep water culture, it has to be so clean all the time. But if we're able to kind of transition to this different method, one of the things I'm going to do is create a foyer space when you walk in as like a decontamination zone. So I can have people come in, they can, you know, I can spray them down, they can put on some coveralls, a hairnet, some shoe covers, and that's like the decontamination zone, so then they can come in. But right now, it's just not, there's no effective way other than like absolute caution, nobody in there but me.
Yeah.
Well, if you've got shirts, dude, I would totally freaking rep your shit.
Oh, nice. Yeah, what the problem is when I made these, I didn't put that we're like a cannabis company. So I just wear these around. People are like, rare earth, that's fun. Like, so when what I want to do, because I've been setting all this money aside, the plan is, and then we can change the subject. We're losing us here, but the plan is do the rebuild right, execute well on the product itself, and then once we have that really systematic and we're really executing well, then I can start worrying about building the brand. But if I kind of start overextending in too many areas, the quality of all of them suffer.
Yeah.
It's kind of easier to go after one slice, systematize it, and then, you know, if things are profitable like they should be, I can bring on a little bit of an extra labor force, and then I can move to the next area, try to systematize that. So it's kind of like attack the mature plants first, then see if we can get experimental with our genetics, mother plants, then see if we need to build better relationships with brokers, dispensaries, sales channels, then start building the brand, and then see it's like, do we just want to run this one facility? Do we want more grow space? Do we want to do a dispensary? Like, how vertically integrated, how horizontal do we want to get? All that stuff's in the future. We got to execute step 1 first.
Are you producing strictly flour, or are you
Yeah.
pressing rosin, or?
The plan originally was to do flour and then pre-rolls, infused pre-rolls, rosin, and rosin carts. So we have grow and processor license and equipment, but it's very expensive to produce that stuff on the processing side and very labor intensive. So we've scaled back to just flour, and we got to get where we're executing really well, especially because over the last few years, margins are shrinking as the prices keep falling on the wholesale side. So I don't know. We might have to surrender that processor license next year.
Oh.
June 1st of next year is kind of like a cutoff date where we got to make some big decisions.
Nice.
But yeah, the idea, the pipe dream is like, yeah, we want to have a huge grow facility, flour, extracts, edibles, all of these different processing items, and then also have the storefront to sell them. Because if you're vertically integrated, then not only do you control the whole thing, control quality, but you can sell it to a customer at a lower price while still making the money you need to make for the business to succeed.
It's like owning your own brewery.
So everybody wins.
Yeah.
So then a customer can come in, and instead of paying like $40 for a top shelf eighth, they're paying $25,
Yeah.
and they're getting the same quality, but we're still making the margin that we need to support the business. So everybody wins. That's like the pipe dream.
That's cool, man. That's super cool.
So you work 70 hours a week, roughly,
I mean, yeah, like on average.
and you
Bro,
still
good for
hit
you.
every mic.
No,
Yeah,
listen.
This guy. Every fucking mic.
The key is you just
I
gotta.
wasn't there last night, but.
I was at Sailor in the Dock last night.
Okay.
And then
So
okay,
he was there last night.
Othello's. I skipped the Bricktown at the same time as Sailor in the Dock, and it was the last ever Sailor in the Dock mic.
Oh,
So I went
to go check that place
I
out.
went Sailor in the Dock, OKC Improv, Othello's, and I missed Bricktown.
You didn't
tomorrow.
miss out
Dang, too.
because
Yeah.
Bricktown's
I heard it was rough.
Yeah. It's bad?
Bricktown's crowd was
That's what I hear.
mad
Yeah.
or something.
How many people were in the crowd?
Oh, there was a good sized crowd.
They just weren't having it.
They just
Interesting.
weren't laughing.
Interesting. Was it like somebody went up early and killed the mood, or it was just kind of dead from the start?
It seemed pretty
I wasn't
dead
there.
from
It's
the
just what I
start,
heard.
man.
Who was hosting?
John McMillan.
Oh dang, he's a good host. So
yeah,
that,
he did really
I
well.
was gonna like maybe guess the host didn't do it, but yeah, John McMillan has good energy and
Yeah.
he has experience in those. Wow,
But tomorrow, Bricktown, first come, first serve, open mic.
I saw that,
Yeah.
dude. How sick would it be? Three
First
mics
come, first
yesterday,
serve. Wait.
3 mics tonight, 3 mics tomorrow.
That would be sick.
Wait, 3 mics tomorrow?
There's the Bricktown first come first serve, JJ's Alley, and then JJ Wood's new mic.
Okay, what's first come first serve? I've never heard of
So it's just
Sometimes they
since they were
cancel
supposed to have a mic today,
Yeah.
then they canceled it. They added a mic tomorrow just as like a show up, go up, like a one off. There will probably be nobody there audience wise, but it's like you can go on stage if you want. It's kind of there. I think it's like normally on Thursday they have some type of revenue producing event. So they're just like, listen, the staff's already scheduled. Let's do something. So they're just doing another open mic.
Okay.
And I heard Netflix is going to be there.
Yeah.
Yeah. Boo.
So I'll be skipping it. It's just not really my... No, I'll sign up, see if we can...
Dude, I got so much crap to do to get ready to. I'm driving 26 hours this weekend.
Holy
Ooh,
crap, where are
yeah,
you going?
I'm going to Vermont.
Damn.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, bro, it's gonna be awesome. I couldn't get any shows booked. One comedy club that responded to me said this is for the holiday. This is the only week in the year that they're closed.
Damn.
So I didn't get a show, but I am gonna hit up some open mics. Nobody from Boston got back to me either.
Dang.
But it's okay. But yeah, it's I'm gonna do 16 hours to Cleveland, and then we stay in Cleveland, and then 10 hours the next day,
Dang.
or 9 hours the next day.
Are you going to visit family or is it just
So my best friend, shout out Jason.
Jason? Appreciate you, dog.
I've known this guy since I was 15 years old, and great dude. And he got married like 10 years ago, and now they're having like a real ceremony.
Nice.
So it's
They're like, you know
kinda-
what? This is gonna stick. We should
Yeah,
celebrate.
Exactly. So he's a freaking quite a story. I'm probably not gonna share it on the pod because I don't want to give all my buddies dirty laundry and history, but this guy's a freaking miracle of a person. So
And the statute of limitations on some of those activities hasn't quite expired yet.
but yeah,
That'll be
freaking-
sweet.
So we're doing that. So we're leaving Saturday. We'll get there on Sunday. And then they're getting married on Monday. And then we have like 2 or 3 days to just kick it around Vermont. And then on the
Nice.
4th, we're driving down to Marshfield, Massachusetts for Levitate Fest, which is a reggae festival.
Oh,
Oh, that's good.
nice.
And
Wonder if JJ Wood's playing.
no, I don't know. I don't know. Sublime's playing, actually.
Oh, nice.
Whoa.
Yeah. So that should be interesting.
Yeah, that'll be cool.
So that we're doing that, and then after the fest, we're driving back the next day.
Damn. That is an intense drive.
And it's gonna
Yeah.
be fun. I like driving. Like I just drove down to Pensacola, so like it's all good. That was a 13-hour.
I'm leaving for Austin on the 13th,
Hell yeah.
and then we're going to Corpus Christi.
Are you gonna sign up for Kill Tony?
Yeah.
Oh, so you're going like 2 times within a month.
Yeah.
Well, yeah,
Nice.
dude. That's awesome.
That'll be sweet.
I hope you get on both times.
That'd be awesome.
You get on both times, like, this fucking guy again.
Yeah.
Is your wife gonna go with you, or are you on your own at night?
I'm on my own at night.
You should hit up Ramey Swice
Yeah.
or Chandler Roan.
Yeah, for
Chandler
sure.
Roan.
Not Chandler.
Chandler, for sure.
Remy got on Kill Tony.
I saw
I-
that.
See that?
What
I
a
did.
poor guy.
Man hung in there. I'll tell you
He
what.
did hang in there.
Yeah.
Hey, sometimes it just isn't going to go your way.
Yeah.
And I think it says a lot about a man, how he handles adversity.
Exactly.
That man hung the fuck
He hung
in
the
there.
fuck in
I
there.
respect
And he
him.
didn't get all bummed out. and,
No,
you know,
because sometimes when a set
Tony's
goes
a
bad on
fucking.
there,
Tony's a fucking.
Dude,
no, he doesn't let you off the
Dagger.
hook.
Tony's a.
And I've seen
A
many,
beast.
many a bucket pull crumble when their set goes bad and
Oh,
be
yeah.
a dick in the interview. Listen, Remy didn't have his best set, and he hung in there, had a good attitude, took it on the chin. That's all you can do.
Yeah.
Mhm. I've seen a couple where like people left crying and stuff.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Back in the day, for sure. There were fights back at when they were in LA and the comedy
Really?
store.
Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah,
man.
one guy tried to fight Jeremiah Watkins.
I need
He's
to
on
start
mushrooms.
watching. I listen on Spotify.
Oh, for sure, watch. It's so worth it to
Yeah.
watch.
Is
The,
it?
the older ones are harder to watch because they just have like one camera.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's all grainy.
Yeah.
Maybe I should go back and just rewatch all of them.
I'll put it on. I get on my computer a lot. I have 2 monitors. I'll put it on my second monitor whenever I'm doing something else.
So fun.
It's a good way to do it.
Yeah. I
And when
need
he's
to-
watching porn, he's got Kill Tony on the second monitor.
Yeah.
Then he ends up just jerking off to Tony's riffs.
Yeah.
Well,
He's like, God, this guy's fucking genius.
I got the porn on in the
Oh,
back
Red
right
Band.
have you
Red Band.
have you seen any of his actual stand up?
It's hilarious.
Making Friends. Did you see that
Yeah,
one?
yeah, I just watched
Yes.
it over the weekend. Really, really funny.
Cody, have you seen Making Friends?
No, I have not.
So it was the last set at the La
Comedy
Jolla Comedy Store because they opened up another one in La Jolla, which is in San Diego or near San Diego. But so it was right before they shut down for COVID, and they didn't know. And so, dude, it is so good. It was never supposed to see the light of day, and he's like, you know what? I'm just gonna turn this into a special, I guess.
Nice.
It is good. Scotty's favorite comic is Tony Hinchcliffe. He's 12.
Oh, nice. Like it.
You guys will meet him on September whenever we figure out when we're gonna be doing that.
How did the show with the was it Celia Contreras?
That's coming up.
That's coming up.
July 27th.
Nice.
Actually, where we've got Celia Contreras as Cena and Kill Tony coming out, and she's bringing her support Bill Rhoades, who's also been on Kill Tony,
Very nice.
and we got Brandon Killo, Will Davis, my man Justin here. So it's gonna be a hell of a show. Check it out.
That's sweet.
So, but yeah, should be pretty fun. Should be pretty fun.
Look in the what is it? The comments for the
Description?
link.
Flyer. Oh, link.
Link.
Let's do
Nice.
that
Link.
part again.
All right. All right. How do we do it? Look in the what bio?
Are you talking about the
In the
on
description?
YouTube?
On YouTube.
Description.
Yeah,
I
okay.
think, yeah.
All right.
But you can't post. I don't think you can post pictures.
No, but you can
The
post
link.
a link.
Okay.
Links.
All right.
Gotcha.
All right, ready? Action. Look in the description for the links.
There we go.
Yeah.
First try.
All right, there.
That was our first try.
Yeah.
Did you guys?
I'll do a compilation again.
I love the compilation, dude. That shit was so funny.
I'm gonna do one with John doing this because he did it like 11 times.
Yeah. Every time he'd say like
A
a
pun.
punch, he's like.
I will
Saw
say,
that earlier.
Dace has changed my life with finger guns because I used to go like this, and I was like, it just
Gotta
doesn't
do
feel right.
It's
And
a
Dace,
hammer.
yeah, he brings the
Oh,
hammer down,
yeah.
and I hate to admit, I've totally stolen that.
It is better.
I
than
do
this.
all the time. I go, I
There
do
you
the
go.
hammer now, and I'm like, gosh, Dace, I'm ripping Dace's bit.
No, it's all good, brother. Use it.
It's-
I don't think
Everybody should
Dace
be using it.
invented the.
No,
finger
Dace
guns.
invented firearms.
Yeah. You can tell.
Holy shit. So how long have you guys been doing comedy?
Dace, you want to go first?
Sure. I've been doing it a little over a year. December 2022
Hell yeah.
was my first time on stage. So yeah, almost 2 years. December
Almost 2 years.
Oh,
Yeah.
wow.
Cool.
Love it.
It's awesome. Everybody already knows about me and Justin.
But they don't.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
Yeah, you can tell.
Yeah.
Well, I've been doing it almost 2 years. August 16th
Nice.
will be 2 years.
August will be my year.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
But I did a lot of stage at the church. That was my act for like 20 years.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's different when you're trying to make people laugh, though.
Yeah.
True that.
Oh, they're laughing. They're laughing.
Yeah, that bit where you have where you kind of go into
The
Like a
preacher.
that
Preacher.
sarcastic preacher
Yeah.
voice. I was like, oh,
Yeah.
he's got it.
Yeah.
Very, very
So
good.
from the chest.
Yeah.
You will be cleansed by the Lord.
Hallelujah. Just lay your hands on the screen right now.
See, that's good.
Dude,
A little spiritual.
If you would just send your gift of $50 or more. All right, now your
It'll
turn.
pay for our gas.
Yeah,
To
yeah.
get
The Lord,
there and
the
back
Lord.
to Tulsa.
Now to our sponsor, Jesus.
Let's see. I've been doing comedy like 2.5 years. I guess closer to 3 than 2.5. I think.
Hell yeah.
I thought I'd be a lot better by this point. Honestly, I remember when I was like 6 months in. I'm like, dude, it's starting to click. It'd be fucking good.
Yeah.
Now, like 2 years later, I'm like, long plateau. All the people that started at the same time as me are like really fucking good. And I'm like, damn, I gotta spend
Dude,
less time
Hard on
growing weed.
yourself,
I
brother.
think you're a little hard on
You're
yourself.
hard
Yeah,
on
I agree
yourself.
with Dace because
Yeah.
Yeah,
I think you're pretty freaking good.
Yeah, you're
dude.
good, man.
that's very kind. We got my goal is just by the time I'm 5 years and 1,000 sets in, that's when I'll make a determination of if I have enough talent to continue.
Do you
Yeah.
count your sets?
Yeah, tonight'll be like 561, 562, and 563. I think.
You are autistic.
You
I'm
are,
telling
yeah.
you, man.
I
See, I
saw
even got it so each set gets its own. So I have like a book where I like write jokes, but like I plan each set as well, and I have the set number for each notebook, like, and each one is numbered, so I know like by date by set number, and I just have like a stack of these. So if I want to go reference, because I film every set, number it, put it in a folder, so I can reference the tape and the set plan, so I could see, did I execute what I was trying to execute, and then from there try to improve the bit. You would think with a system that thorough, improvement would happen. It's like, you would think,
Holy crap, dude.
with the system that I have in
That's
place,
crazy.
you would think improvement would happen easier. But
Okay.
I'll watch sets from like a year ago, and I'm like, dude, it's gotten worse. I'm like, what am I fucking doing up there?
Your best bit was the hole in the wall, for sure.
Yeah, my best bit was an accident. I kicked a hole in the wall at a drag show.
Oh, I
And that's
remember
the funniest thing I've ever done.
that. I remember
He
that.
was on the floor and starts tweaking on the floor trying to
Yeah.
save it. Everybody's
Yeah,
quiet.
The actual reality was it was during the dance off. So I made it to the finals. I was against JJ Wood. It was a drag show comedy competition. I'm in the finals. The finals is a dance off. The whole thing has been like stand up and riff related. But then the host is like, all right, for the finals, just like act retarded. That was the whole. She was like, whoever dances the craziest. I was like, all right, I'm going to go for it. So I tried to do like this big haka. And then I was like, I'm going to try to do like a backflip off the wall. I'm going to fall, but I think it'd be funny. And I plant my foot on the wall. First of all, if you watch the video, I had zero chance of succeeding at this backflip. I got 12 inches off the ground and I like rotated 10 degrees backwards. Like I had no chance of landing this. Then I press against the wall. My foot goes right through the wall and I just fall on my back. And I was like, okay, I can still save this because like a drag, because everybody got silent. They're like, I thought like, oh, they think I'm hurt. So I flipped all the way over. Oh, I'm also wearing a bikini and a blue wig. I left that part out. I'm wearing a bikini and a blue wig.
Oh, God.
And so I flipped over and my ass is pointed at the ground and I start hitting the crybaby, you know, when you like hump the floor and do your fist.
Oh yeah.
And so I thought that would be like funny and they'd be like, woo! It is just dead silent.
The whole time.
It's fucking dead
Oh, my
silent.
God.
And then I turn around
Were you there?
and
No, but I've seen the
person,
video.
the person sitting in the front row looking back at me is my dad. Because he was like, this show sounds crazy. I want to come watch. And I was like, oh no.
Oh, no.
So everybody's quiet, and then the host cuts the music. So and she just goes,
The record scratch.
okay, let's reset. I was like, what the fuck?
And I believe we have a clip.
Yeah, it was bad. It was bad. But then JJ was like, he didn't know what to do. So he just like the second dance off, he just kind of like stood there, and I just went crazy again. And she was like, okay, I guess Cody won. I don't know. Leading up to that, the show had been great. Everybody was doing great, and then it was just like it got so wild. And I tried to be funny during the interview because you had to pick a drag name. My drag name was Misbehavin', and so I was like, "Oh, I kicked a hole in the wall. Sorry for misbehaving." And the crowd was just like, "Oh." And then I was like, "Okay, pivot, little riff time." And I was like, "No, seriously, I'm sorry for misbehaving." And then I was like, I'm going to play with the crowd a little bit here. So I thought this was fucking genius. I go, if there's any lesbians in the crowd here, go to your truck and get some spackle. We'll fix this right up. And the host was just like, okay. And I was like, damn, I'm ice cold, baby.
I
Oh,
think
that-
that was genius.
Yeah.
My best riff ever was have you guys ever done a show at Ugly Flamingo, Miss
Nothing.
Kitty's favorite venue?
No.
So Big Dick, like a month ago, produced a show there. No. This was like 2 weeks ago, actually. 3
Yeah,
weeks ago. And it was recent.
Yeah.
The timeline is fuzzy. He produced a show there. I was on it. And the audience is like 8 people total. 4 of them have their back turned to us. The closest person, so I'm up first. The guy 3 feet from the stage is facing away from me. And I'm talking to him the whole time. And I'm like, why won't this guy? And I thought this was my best riff ever and almost ended the show. So this guy will not talk to me. And I was like, this guy has to be the rudest person I've ever talked to. And the lady sitting next to him turns around and goes, he's fucking deaf. And so I paused for a second because I'm like, ooh. And I was like, you have to yes and it if you're gonna do a. So the next thing I said, and I was so proud of myself, no, not a single person laughed. Here's what I said. I said, well, turn him around so he can read my lips. I thought that was awesome.
Yes,
I
that is awesome.
I even waited and posed. I was like, and everybody's just like,
Oh man.
and then we were supposed to get 12 minutes. Miss Kitty starts lighting me, and I was like, that felt fast. And I was like, and so, I get off and I was like, was that 12? She was like, yeah. And I was recording with my phone. I did 8 minutes and 20 seconds.
Oh,
And I was like, damn it.
Have you been on another Miss Kitty show?
Not since well, she didn't book that one.
Oh, okay, I see.
What she does is she like, I guess she knows the owner of the venue. So she's like, if you want to produce a show at this venue, talk to me. And I think that's how it came together.
Gotcha.
Okay.
yeah, she kind of teaches people how to produce shows.
Okay,
I
gotcha.
think that's her deal.
I didn't
That
know
is
if it
cool.
was like, I knew that she was kind of the go-between from the venue and the person producing it, but all I remember is I was like, man, I felt like that was a good riff.
Yeah,
Whatever.
that would have been awesome.
And I went back and watched it, and in the video, you can see how proud I was of it. And I'm like looking around, and I was like, oh,
Yeah.
that didn't go very well.
Yeah. Send that video. We'll play it right now.
That was bad. That was bad. A lot of bombing. And then, Dace, the Prohibition Lounge show?
Yeah.
So the one we did, was on it again, a
Oh,
couple
yeah,
weeks ago.
Yeah.
And randomly, there's like 50 people there. Huge
Oh, I heard
crowd.
it was a good, yeah.
Huge crowd. And I was like, oh, perfect. And I was like, because I did 20 minutes there last time. I was like, I'm going to do a different 20. Should have done the same 20.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
work?
bad.
Oh,
I bombed so. And then
20 minutes. You bombed for 20 minutes straight.
the middle 10 was the roughest for sure.
Okay.
But yeah,
But
Resort
keep
is just-
going. You kept going, man.
I was able to
That's the
do my time. But yeah, and then Jennifer Johnson went up and she was like, I've never done more than 5 minutes before, and then just crushes for
Oh,
like the whole,
really?
yeah. She got to headline and
She's funny.
she did good. She had
She's
this
never
whole
done more than 5 minutes before.
That's what she said. I was like, really? It was, but it worked. Everybody was like really supportive, but
Yeah.
I
She
don't
had-
think that's true
I don't think it is.
at
either.
all.
maybe she was just joking. I didn't
Maybe.
pick up
She's
on it.
hilarious.
She had a joke where she talked about how she's always had big tits, but as she's gotten older, they've gotten even bigger and like sturdier. And she said now she has load-bearing tits. And for some reason, the way she said it, she was
Yeah.
like, "I'm a load-bearing tit."
That's-
See, it's so funny. That's so good. But
I'm on-
anyway,
I'm on that show in a couple weeks.
it's a fun show. So not only do they pay you, you get a free entire pizza.
Damn.
The owner's like
Oh, that's
super
rad.
into it.
Oh, cool.
He gives you a free entire pizza, and he's like razzing you. You know, he's fun.
Yeah.
And the
Oh.
pizzas are good.
It's a
And
good
Dace's girlfriend works there.
Oh,
Oh,
So-
okay.
Nice. There's a lot of
Oh,
fun
you said
shows
she
now.
doesn't work there anymore?
no, she does.
Oh, she does. Okay, yeah.
Yeah, like every now and then, like she might be there on Sunday.
Yeah.
She's like working for the college now. But yeah, it's a great show, really good show. Prohibition.
Yeah, it's
I
fun.
need to check that out.
And if I
Isn't
may,
Adrian having a show there soon?
That's Adrian's
that
show.
is
It's
Adrian's show.
Adrian's show,
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
it.
That's what I thought.
Dace, I wanted to ask you, unless you got if we had a different topic, but I wanted to ask Dace. Dace works in the hotel biz.
Oh, nice.
Recently transitioned into a maintenance role and said he's been acquiring a lot of cool blue collar skills.
Oh yeah.
How's that going?
It's going good, brother.
Yes.
My washing
Sweet.
machine at my house has been broken for the past several months, and I didn't know how to fix it. So I did, but it fills up with water. It won't agitate. So I just got to get my hand down in there and just pilgrim that shit. It's just how I've been doing all of my life.
Churning laundry.
And ever since I got this job, guess what, fellas?
You fixed it.
It's still
Fix your
broken.
shit.
It's
Oh, no.
broken. I'm learning, but
Oh,
it's a
bro.
process.
Yeah.
Get on YouTube.
Dude, that's a
No, yeah, there is a
lot.
lot on YouTube. I've been looking at that. I think I got to get a new agitator. It's just completely worn out. I don't think there's
Yeah.
anything I can do to fix it. I just got to replace that part.
I fixed my dryer. I'm in the process of a bathroom remodel, but
Nice.
I'm 3 years in.
Almost.
Yeah, almost 3 years in.
Hell yeah.
Or no, I'm 3 years in. Yeah, I'm 3 years in.
Yeah, be honest.
To be honest, I'm 3 years in. But to be fair, it started with one tile. It was a loose tile. And I'm like, ooh, I wonder what's back there.
Uh-oh.
And so I pushed it in. It was like marshmallowy in the behind the wall. Because I don't know if you knew, in the 70s, when my house was built, they just threw up tile over drywall and called it good.
Oh.
Really?
Yes.
What, dude? The
So
70s
the
was so
walls were
wild.
like melting from the inside. So I
Wow.
tore all the tile and all the walls down. Then I had dry rot and black mold on
Oh,
the runners and the studs. So I had to replace one of the runners on the floor.
Wow, we're super early.
Yeah.
It's a the
Sorry, go-
clock says 2:28, so it appears that we're like hours and hours early.
We
Also,
time
and
traveled.
I don't want to interrupt. If I already have to pee, so if
Oh.
there is a gas, we can't get to that one from
Yeah.
here. But
Okay. Yeah, I'll pull over.
I can make it another half hour. I'm just throwing it out there.
Yeah.
You know, I hate to be that guy. I do have a notoriously small bladder.
It's all good.
But anyway, continue. Because, yeah, most DIY projects, when you start them, you have like a vision, and then it ends up being more and more and more because you're like, well, this is busted. It black
Dude.
mold?
Oh yeah, it was
Damn.
freaking crazy. So check this out. It gets so much worse, dude.
Really?
So, I had to replace the runner on the floor, and then there were black mold in most of the studs, and it's a load-bearing wall, so I had to replace each stud one by one.
Oh, damn.
And then, let's see what else. The shower pan was lead, so I had to rip that shit out. The
You basically
plumbing,
built a new bathroom, it sounds like.
basically.
Damn.
The plumbing, like the drain, was cast iron, so it was rusted out. So there were cracks in the foundation, so I had to fix all that. Then there were no walls on, and we had that big. Remember that huge freeze we had in 2000? I guess it would have been like 2001.
Is this the
The one where all the
2001?
limbs fell down.
I remember that. Yeah.
Oh, no. I don't. I thought you were going to say like
was
last
two.
year. I was like, damn,
it
that's a while
2002?
back.
No,
I
no,
think
was
they
two-
might be. How old are you?
2000.
Oh, sorry.
28.
Okay.
I was definitely alive.
They're too young.
We're gonna have
though.
to recut that because I meant 2021. Sorry.
That's
Oh,
what I
okay.
thought. I was like,
I was
2000.
thinking-
Holy
20
shit.
2021.
Yeah.
I was like, this is a long project you've been on. How long have you been remodeling this
Right.
It's like the
bathroom?
worst thing that's ever happened in 2001.
I was 16 in 2001.
Yeah, I was
Okay,
like, yeah, I
sorry.
started this renovation 25 years ago.
2021. The freeze where all the limbs fell all over the city. It
I
was
do
crazy.
remember that, actually.
Okay.
Yeah.
I remember that.
So I didn't have any
Hope this
walls.
has a good bathroom for you.
Oh, this is perfect.
I didn't have any walls or insulation,
Thank you.
and so I had a freaking pipe burst, and so I had to learn how to sweat my own pipes. So I fixed my burst copper pipe,
Damn.
and then we'll
Wow.
resume that after the pee break because I got to pee
Okay.
too.
Yeah.
I'll go ahead and go.
I want to hear the rest. I'm actually very into like DIY handyman
Are we
stuff,
turning these off or keeping them on?
You can keep them on.
so I want to hear the rest. I'll be
Yeah.
Justin, you want anything, or are you getting out?
I'm good.
Okay.
Yeah.
Anybody want a snack or anything?
Oh, I'm good.
Need water then? You can never rob me. That's fine.
I'll do a private podcast while you're in there.
Yeah.
Say, only fools rushing.
Since I grow indoors, I might not be able to leverage that, but I'm definitely.
But well, if you could ground whatever it is, right? So like run from outside, or is the concrete technically grounded?
man, I don't know enough about electrical conductivity. I would have to look into that.
I would have to think that I guess I would have to think that the.
Shit, I'm sorry.
Oh shit.
Okay, keep it together back there.
I'd have to think. So we're talking about electroculture. Don't know if anybody knows about it.
I do not. This is very
Have
interesting.
we talked about this, Justin, on the pod?
Electroculture?
Electroculture.
No, I don't think so.
So it's a method of growing crops and you wrap bamboo rods, or any rod really, with copper wire, and you stick them between your vegetables and shit. And apparently it's supposed to help them grow faster, bigger, more abundance.
Oh,
and-
because of the iron, right?
Well, it's
Or-
copper, but copper is pest.
Oh, what I was hearing, you can put rusted water.
Okay, yeah, you can do that. Yeah,
Yeah.
you can absolutely do that. I'm actually thinking about putting a steel drum, like collecting rainwater with that, because it's minerals.
Yeah.
But anyway, so you stick it in the ground. It's supposedly supposed to pull the electromagnetic field from the earth.
Yeah, this is really interesting.
And dude, it's crazy. They were doing this when Tesla was around, and I mean, no wonder they've erased it from history, because they don't want people to be able to provide for themselves.
Right.
Got to depend on that government, dude.
Mm-hmm.
This electrical, this is very interesting.
We were talking about something, and
You
you
were
were
talking
like,
about
hold on
your-
to that. Oh yeah,
the
bathroom.
redo of the bathroom, and
Okay.
it got worse and worse.
Dude, it's freaking crazy.
You've been doing it for 25 years.
No, three though. That's crazy. 3 years, seriously. So, my pipe burst, so I had to relearn. So first off, I didn't have my water shutoff valve marked in the yard, so I had to go dig in like snow with my bare hands to find the freaking water shutoff. That was great. I had my wife, because the water was off, right?
Yeah.
So I had my wife brew me hot water in the Keurig
Whoa!
and bring it out so I could dip my fingers into warm water and not like get frostbite and shit.
Wow.
I wonder if putting the hot water directly
hadn't
on the
invented
snow would have been more effective.
Oh, probably, yeah. Very smart. But I didn't know where I was supposed to be digging.
Oh.
So that's the problem. But so I learned how to replace a pipe so I can do my own plumbing.
And your house it has copper piping?
Oh, yeah.
Whoa!
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
And
that-
copper's
that's
great for you. I'm drinking out of a copper water bottle right now.
Oh, nice.
Uh,
Well, I haven't seen most of the like handyman stuff, and all of our like piping at the grow that I've built is PVC and PEX.
Yeah. Yeah.
Some of the stuff I use Schedule 80 PVC for because like our lights are really strong,
hmm
so I have to use UV resistant stuff. But yeah, I haven't done anything with copper or even I don't even use very many brass fittings.
Well, it's antimicrobial. So as soon as like a bacteria touches copper, it like disassembles it.
Wow.
I just found this out recently.
I wonder how much more expensive copper it. I mean, I probably couldn't use it just because I have no experience with it. I would probably have to like weld shit and.
You basically
Galvanize.
you basically just it's soldering. You just use plumbing solder.
Very interesting.
So I got that done. I mentioned the cast iron drain earlier that rotted out.
Dang.
I had to Dremel that. I had to cut the cast iron from the inside.
Wow.
So I got that fixed. I had to pour my own slab and level that out so the water drains properly.
Concrete is tough.
I had
shit.
to and then I had to put up concrete board. Then I had to waterproof that with a waterproof membrane. And so now I'm just laying tile. But they're huge tiles. Like, I will never, ever use large format tile again. And the guy in the video is like, yeah, man, you just wiggle it a little bit like this. And I'm up there like, there's freaking mud dripping all over me. I'm like, yeah, just wiggle it a little bit.
Dang. Dude, that's a lot of skills you've accrued in
Oh,
this.
yeah, dude.
You've probably
Totally.
saved yourself. I mean, obviously.
$20,000 at the very least.
I was going to guess 30. I mean, that is a lot of shit.
Yeah, it's a lot.
Because that'd be multiple different contractors or journeymen
Oh,
or,
yeah.
I mean,
Well,
concrete, plumbing. I mean, that's a lot of shit.
yeah, oh yeah. I could do a little bit of electricity, but I was in school for electrical engineering, so.
Oh, do you and Nick Campbell ever bond over that?
No, we never have, surprisingly. But
Is there beef between you and Nick Campbell?
oh no,
Who's the best
I
electrician?
freaking love that dude. Well, I went to school to do electrical engineering, but I found that comedy is really all I want to do. So why go chase that when I can work my career that I already have and do comedy?
Smart.
What is your current occupation? I actually don't know.
I'm a paramedic.
Nice.
Again, I thought you weren't.
Yeah, I've been a paramedic since 2015.
Oh, okay.
He's like, I've
but
been a
I'm not on
paramedic
the
since I got my
truck.
license back 2
Oh,
weeks ago.
maybe that's what.
Yeah,
got
maybe
mixed up.
maybe that was it. Yeah, because I'm not on the truck. I worked on the ambulance for a year and a half, and then I went to the ER, and then now I'm in the cath lab. So we like fix people's heart attacks and shit.
Dang.
Oh, I thought that was short for like catheter. I was like, Dace, story time.
Not the penal catheter, but Dace does have a hell of a story about a catheter.
You'll
You
have
know
to
what's
come to
funny?
a show to hear it.
You know what's funny is I also have a catheter story that
Yeah.
I was working on turning into a bit, and then I heard Dace's, and I was like, mine isn't that good.
Well, you can still have a catheter story. I have a catheter story. Shit, everybody can have a catheter story. Yeah, good shit.
There's air. Oh, I was never mind. Sorry, I won't say it.
Is there air in? Oh,
Yeah,
Well, because
no,
Dace
you're
said
We can
come
cut
to a
that part.
show, and I was about to reveal his
yeah, we can cut that part. Don't worry about it.
salacious punchlines.
It's all good.
So cath lab, ER, on the ambulance.
Mhm.
What's been your favorite?
Cath lab.
Okay.
Oh, it's freaking incredible, dude. So we get arterial access on a patient, usually in their wrist or their femoral artery. Take a wire up into the root of their heart where their aorta sits.
Yeah.
And then we take a tube or a long catheter is what it's called up there, engage the artery, and then shoot radioactive dye into it to see if there's any blockage in the arteries.
Wow.
So when somebody has a heart attack, they call us in the middle of the night. We show up and fix their heart attack.
Dude, that's cool.
It's pretty freaking
Cool.
It's the coolest job I've ever fucking had, dude. It's really incredible.
Have you seen anybody's heart that's just in like bad shape? Like you're like, how
all
did
the
this
time.
happen?
All the time. A lot of times it's because they don't take their meds.
Okay.
Because if you have stents, you have to take blood thinners. And if you don't, you will have another heart attack in the
Damn.
same exact place. So, yeah, it's...
You ever seen those people who had like the Widowmaker blocked, but
all the time.
but they grow another one?
Oh, yeah, that happens.
Whoa.
Well, so that's the thing is
Dude.
you can... All arteries do that. So if you have a heart attack and don't realize it, it'll just grow new arteries.
That's incredible.
If you don't die first.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's incredible.
Now, if you got a Widowmaker, the LAD or the Widowmaker, your chances are not great because that supplies the entire lateral and front of your heart. So-
Dang. So just seeing all these people with these messed up hearts, does it inspire you to like take better care of yourself so you're not in that
Oh,
position?
dude, I'm a freak.
I was gonna say you're obviously in very good shape.
I'm a huge freak, like health wise. I bring my own water everywhere, dude.
Nice.
So yeah, I'm big into 100% grass-fed beef. We eat chicken every now and then. Vegetables. I don't shop anywhere besides like Trader Joe's.
Ooh, Trader Joe's is nice.
Well, the thing is, I need to start going to the farmer's market because, so I get my beef from a local farmer. They're freaking incredible. They deliver to your house, dude.
Whoa.
So I order beef to my house for the month.
Kayvon showing up on DoorDash with Adrian's beef.
And a guy in a cowboy hat hands us a box, and that's our beef for the month. And I did the math, and it's basically the same price or less than Walmart beef.
Wow.
Does he show up on horseback?
No, they have a truck. They have a refrigerated.
Lot
He
of
shows up on a
gas.
black horse.
But it's incredible. I get my eggs from a local farm, raw milk from a local farm.
What does raw milk mean?
It's not pasteurized.
Whoa. Okay. Okay. And now I have a question. I thought pasteurization was a good thing. It's a bad thing?
Well, so they're actually now starting to, I heard they're starting to lift up on some of the regulations on milk in Oklahoma. Raw milk straight from the cow is pretty freaking good for you, for your immune system.
So good, too.
Pasteurization kills everything. You have bacteria in your gut that you need to
Yeah.
function. And antibiotics will kill all that. Like, that's why they say, like, eat yogurt, right? That'll fix your gut. Because that reinstills that gut bacteria.
Just any type of yogurt or like specific types?
It's probably plain yogurt would be the best. But that kind of bacteria is also in milk, raw milk. You can taste the difference. It's crazy, dude.
Interesting.
So I get cream from there too. It's super easy to make butter if you have cream. You literally take a stick blender and blend that into butter.
Yeah, they're churning butter.
No, it's just a stick blender in my.
Oh.
He's like,
in
now
a
churning's
mason-
for queers,
in a
a stick
mason-
blend.
in a mason jar. So I get local raw honey, and so I'm trying to get like everything from a local.
Wait. What's raw honey? I'm sorry if these are ignorant questions. I
It's
just
not
don't know.
pasteurized honey.
Oh, honey gets pasteurized too.
Yeah.
Dude, Louis Pasteur's cornered the
They-
market.
They freaking boil everything.
In elementary school or middle school, whenever I thought pasteurization was a good thing, you're saying it's a bad thing.
Depending on the circumstance, but there's a lot of nutritious stuff in those products that the nutrition goes away. Basically, look at it like this, dude. Our food is alive.
Yeah.
I don't want to call it like a soul, but our food has life in it, right?
Like
When
the
you-
bacteria and microscopic organisms.
Just everything about our food. It gives us life, right?
Okay.
So it has life in it, all its nutrients. When you process food, you take the life out. So when we eat like fucking Cheerios, right? It's like machine shit, right? Because they process that through a machine.
Cheerios don't come on a Cheerios tree? Is that what you're saying?
No, it's that
You're
great.
fucking
you're
joking.
talking more from like a spiritual standpoint.
No, not from a nutritional standpoint.
But it still has the macro and micronutrients.
I have to process this.
Kind of, sometimes.
Well, I mean, if
Depends.
it's made of
if it's boiled,
matter, then it has.
yeah, but a lot
actual
of
matter.
those nutrients get taken out in the processing process.
Amish people must be like the healthiest people
Yes,
like,
absolutely.
of all time.
From what I understand, cancer doesn't exist in Amish
I have a
society.
theory about cancer.
Yeah.
Oh,
I
lay
have
it
a
on
theory
us.
that cancer is like Mother Nature's weapon against processing stuff and like
Yeah.
technology advancing kind of and things like that. That we were supposed to maybe live a certain way, but then once that caveman made a wheel, we all
I
got
mean,
fucked up, man. We
I
should have
think-
been hanging out in the woods.
I think what it is we've lost our connection to the earth, dude.
yeah.
We would rather go to the store than like raise a freaking cow and butcher it and eat it because it's more convenient. Convenience. They're selling convenience. Everything is convenience. Everything we
right.
do is convenience.
Just to
And-
play
so
devil's
it's-
advocate,
it's like-
convenience is not bad.
No.
Without specialization, or I call it without convenience, you would have to like grow your own shit. There's no like we couldn't go do comedy. We'd have to like feed our cattle and
Right. Right,
cut our
I'm
weeds.
totally with you on that. But everything comes at a price, right? So
Yeah.
it kind of becomes an economic situation. Cost benefit, right?
Yeah.
What am I giving up for this convenience?
Right.
I'm giving up my health. Dude, so much of what's wrong with our public health is our diets. Especially here in America. Most of the ingredients that are in our food in America are illegal in every other country.
Interesting.
It's insane. We're feeding our kids red dye and wondering why they have ADHD and all this stuff, you know? Like
Yeah.
it's neurotoxic. It's proven. So I'm like I said, I'm a freak, dude. I'm a total freak.
Well, when you know all of like that kind of stuff, like
Oh,
you
it
know, how
freaks
can
me
you
out,
not?
dude. It freaks me out. And I'm at a point, I'm like, I can't do that to my family. Like Chick-fil-A. I can't eat Chick-fil-A. Don't get me wrong, Michael Dunn, when we had him on, was like, I love chemicals. And I was like, I know, I do too.
Wait a
He
minute.
did
So
heroin,
Chick-fil-A
so
doesn't
yeah.
come from a Chick-fil-A tree?
Right, exactly.
I love you, Michael.
Yes.
I love the chemicals too. I just can't do that to my family. You know, I had a friend. I started to drop this knowledge on my friend. I was like, did you know that Chick-fil-A has over 40 man-made ingredients in a Chick-fil-A chicken sandwich? And she's like, that's just how life is. And I'm like, no, that's not how life is. Not for me. It can be for you. That's not the way life is for me. I can't do that to my family. So I spend a little more time at home and cook dinner every night. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Yeah, it's kind of like I bought my family pizza tonight. Actually, I need to freaking do that.
Oh, you still haven't
I
done
still
that.
haven't. I was gonna do it, and I was like, I need to hit send. Yeah, see, they're ordered. I just have to hit submit. Holy
Your family's
crap!
starving right now. Do you care? Do you
Last
care
week
for
he
your family?
forgot. We're in Tulsa. He forgot to get him pizza.
Domino's Pizza. Yeah, so I'm telling all this shit, and I'm being a really bad example right now. But I cook all the meals, so, and I'm not there. Which is a great thing, by the way. I love cooking.
I wash dishes.
Do you? Yeah, my wife washes dishes. So I do the cooking, she does the dishes. I love cooking. Cooking puts me in the same headspace as, and I think we said this before, as like creating artwork or doing comedy. It's like my creative brain.
Right. I got you.
But yeah, Chick-fil-A sandwich has over 40 man-made ingredients. Why? Like, I'd rather just raise chickens and kill them myself. It basically has gotten to the point for me of trust. Like, I can't trust that my family is gonna not be poisoned. And like, we eat out and stuff. I need to get better at like finding farm to table restaurants, because there's a lot of restaurants that buy ingredients just from local farmers and stuff. So, and those are usually like the best. There's a huge difference in grass-fed beef and whatever else. And I eat less. Like I'll have a smaller portion because it's more nutritious because they're eating grass, not carbs
Right.
to make them fat quick.
I'm excited for Looney Bin. I haven't performed
Dude,
there yet.
it's so good.
Yeah, it's fun.
Cody, you excited? You performed at Looney Bin, right, Cody?
Yeah, if the owner's there, make sure to introduce yourself, because if he hasn't seen you before and you're like, hey, watch me, and you do good, he'll give
Ooh.
you it's not like private, but he'll give you their email address and be like, hey, send me a tape and I'll see if I can put you on some shows.
Okay.
That's what I did
awesome.
last time, and he didn't put me on anything. But he said, like,
He
hey,
could have.
he was like, hey, here's my email address. It's just like the Looney Bin booking email address, but he's like, send me a tape and I'll keep you in our rotation. So if
Okay.
he's there, his name's Mason, just like a white guy, mid-40s, glasses, paramedic, eats grass-fed beef,
Oh,
No, he's white guy, mid-40s, glasses. He's the new owner. If you see him, make sure to introduce yourself and say like that you're from OKC and ask him to watch your set.
Okay.
Yeah, see, me and Justin fucked up last time. We left early so we could go make it to the hunt club and didn't realize that he was there.
Oh,
And
yeah.
So, yeah, we fucked up big time. God, that's so dumb.
I mean, I still want to make it to the hunt club.
Oh, I want to make it to the hunt club, but getting past at the Looney Bin is much better opportunity than
5 minutes.
talking to JJ's Tulsa.
Yeah.
Right.
I
JJ's.
love you, JJ's.
Love JJ's. Favorite mic of the week.
It is. It's like our cheers, man. Honestly.
Best hang.
All right, that is ordered.
Yay.
Yeah.
I don't want it to be misconstrued. I'm definitely not passed at the loony bin. That's like step
Right,
one of
right.
12.
I get you.
But the first step's important. I want you guys to take the first step with
Right.
me.
I got you.
And that I like the way
Appreciate
you say that because I think we all need to build each other up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Certain people that break people down, we need to be building each other up, not breaking
Yeah.
people down. There's room here for everybody, and I feel like we can achieve our goals faster if we all do it together. That's why I want to get this Austin trip together.
We're going to the moon, people.
Yeah, buddy. Regardless, I'm so much happier than spending so much time in school and
Right.
trying to
Yeah, this is much better.
trying to
than
get to mics when I can.
my job at Walmart. I'd still be at Walmart if it wasn't for comedy.
Yeah.
Yeah. It sucked, dude.
Wait,
Walmart
how
closed.
did comedy lead to your hotel job? I haven't heard that.
Well,
I
I
haven't
was
heard that either.
I was working at Walmart, being a nobody, hating
Yeah.
life because I worked at Walmart.
Have you said that on stage? That's funny.
I've
That's
said it,
really
so-
funny.
Yeah, that's funny.
That's
But it's
super fun.
I got like 4 minutes. That is good about it. About Walmart though, it's so crazy working there. I got a lot of material out of it. I got like 4 minutes on Walmart. That's pretty decent.
Yeah, your jokes from that, like, talking about finding the guy doing heroin in the bathroom. It's
Yeah.
like, hey, they need you on L12. Like,
Right.
that's super fucking funny.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it was good there, I guess. But I didn't have any plan for my life at the time, and I wanted to do something that I enjoyed because I wasn't enjoying Walmart, and I didn't have a college degree. I wasn't going to go to college, so I was like, oh well, I better
Good choice.
find something that I like to do,
Yeah.
and then I'll just pursue that. That way, I'm doing something that I enjoy, and I can die happy. And then I was like, so I thought of a couple of different things, and none of them really turned out. I thought maybe carpentry would be cool, something I could put my artistic process into,
It's fun.
my creative process.
It's super fun.
And but I always loved stand up, so I called Othello's and I tried it out for the first time and really
Cool.
enjoyed it. And then I was like, okay, well I'm gonna pursue this. Like
Yeah.
I don't even care if I'm making what I'm making at Walmart. If I'm just doing comedy, that's a W. I will
Bro,
do that.
if you keep it up, like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Look at those that came before us.
Yeah, I'm always gonna strive to do better. But
Absolutely. Absolutely.
I feel like making it is doing stand up and stand up alone. So that's kind of, I mean, yeah, that's.
That's my goal. I don't want to work in medicine forever.
Yeah. So I was working the night shift at Walmart, so I had to get a morning shift job, and they weren't putting me on the morning shift at Walmart. They were taking like forever. So I was like, okay, fuck you guys. I'll just get a new job, and I found one. That's how I got this hotel gig. To answer your question.
Well, now you're doing maintenance, which is you're acquiring great skills and you're
Yeah.
getting paid more, right?
Yeah, getting paid a lot more, and it's stuff I can apply to real life. I'm not a handyman guy.
But you
Outs-
will be soon.
Will be soon.
Yeah. So
Bro, I'm
Yeah.
telling you what. I couldn't.
Dace is like, yeah, dude, I have learned how to clean cum off of every surface imaginable.
you would not believe how much
How much count?
comes in there, dude.
And if I skipped lunch, it's nutritious as well. If you get there right after checkout.
It's a lot of protein.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. No, it's gross. It's gross as hell.
That's pretty gross.
There was a guy on Kill Tony last night or Monday talking about he was the mop boy at a glory hole.
Yeah.
I saw that, yeah.
God.
Ugh.
I was listening to that. That shit's crazy.
Oh,
I actually listened to that this morning.
man. What a job.
Dude, did you see Louis J. Gomez eat that guy's kidney stone?
Yes, that was so gross. The guy brought a kidney stone and he ate it.
Oh,
Oh.
God.
Fuck.
He's like,
Oh.
I just wanted to
It's just
pass
calcium,
his
guys.
kidney stone.
It's just calcium.
Yeah.
I
Oh,
like that.
He's like, when I came here today, I didn't know that a part of me would be inside of Louis J. Gomez.
Yeah.
oh.
Ugh.
Well, I was gonna ask, where'd you guys start out at? So you just answered that. You started out at Othello's.
I started out in OKC as well. I went to the Bricktown mic just to like watch and kind of see how it went down.
Uh-huh.
Mm-hmm.
I started interacting with people and like asking the comics that were doing it, like, hey, you know, what's the like, do you sign up? Where are there other mics? Because I was like, this seems pretty high pressure. I met Brandon Killo and Kayvon. Those are the first two people I met.
That's a good two people to meet.
This is when Kayvon was like super into comedy. He was all
yeah,
in.
he was when I first
Dude,
started too.
And he was good. I
He
mean, he's
was.
still good,
He's
but
still
he just
great.
kind of fucks around now.
Yeah.
Yes.
But
It's
he
like
was
the
all in. He was good. He was on every single show. Brandon Killo was still Brandon Killo. He's the man. And they were like, yeah, we run these other mics. And so, did you guys ever get to do the mic at Kendall's?
I did.
No.
So,
Just
I mean,
missed
that
it.
place was a shithole and a half. But, and it
was
was in a bad part of town, but they had 2 mics a week there.
No shit.
And so I started going to that one and kind of spectating. And then finally I was like, all right, I'm going to get up there. And so a Thursday night at Kendall's was my first set. And I mean, I bombed my ass off, but I was like, whoa, okay. My goal, because I started stand-up because, so I played professional golf. That was like my career. I played professional golf and I ran an investment firm with my best friend. So very serious things.
Yeah.
Like very like kind of rigid. But I have like a silly side to me, and I wanted to explore that. So after the last back surgery, couldn't play golf anymore. So I had to come back. I was living in Asia. I had to come back home. And I was like, what can I do? So I started making YouTube videos just to pass the time. And I hated how unfunny they were. I was like, I need to learn how to get funny. So I took some improv classes. That helped a little bit. And I was like, I need to learn how to actually be funny on purpose. So I need to learn how to write a joke. So I'm going to try stand-up. So that's why I started going to the mics. So I started stand-up. I did these mics. I fucking hated it. But I was like, I'm going to do 50 before I quit. That I have to do 50. And I hated every single one of them. And then after 50, I was like, you know what? This isn't so bad. I was like, I'm going to do 100. And if I like still am lukewarm about it, I'll stop. Then after 100, I started to really like it. And then I wasn't as interested in making YouTube videos. I was like, I just want to learn how to get funny. So then it was like, you know, it'd be cool to have, like, because I had the podcast, and I was like, I want to see if I can learn how to get funny for the podcast. And now the podcast doesn't even hardly exist anymore. And now I just do stand up and grow weed. So
There you go.
that was kind of my journey.
Yeah. That's awesome. Yeah, I feel like we're freaking every time we get a new mic, we lose one.
Yeah. I mean, if I was a business owner, I wouldn't want an open mic at my place of business.
Yeah.
To be honest, neither would I, because nobody orders drinks.
You're getting like the worst kind of people that are also not spending money, just like trashing your establishment.
Yeah.
I would not. So I'm not surprised when we lose one. I'm never like, what? You're telling me they didn't like Nick Kissy's trans jokes?
Have you talked to him since he moved?
I tried to a little bit. I think like Dace and Tyler and Caleb are a lot closer with him, but I text him and like say
Yeah,
what's
right.
up.
Yeah, he's doing good. He's doing good.
Hell yeah.
Talk to him too much, but yeah.
I can't believe he quit.
Yeah, me either. It was sad, man.
So he
Yeah.
quit comedy?
He's
Yeah.
done.
Completely.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
He said he just doesn't have he's not gonna have the time for it.
See, this is all I have time for.
When I pressed him about it like he actually is, for how like kind of goofy he seems, he actually does have like a very logical approach to some areas of life.
Yeah.
When I pressed him about it, I was like, dude, why are you like, obviously all of us have a long way to go, but you have like a unique kind of thing going on.
Yeah.
He said, well, when I did my internship last summer and I was trying to split time between comedy and work, I was not able to give my full effort to both.
Yeah.
And I think I have a great opportunity, like being young and getting into this field, if I really apply myself. He said, so I just need to focus on that because I don't like doing comedy and getting worse at it. I was like, he's like, maybe in 5 years I could go do an open mic. He said, but I want to succeed in this career. So
Yeah.
that was
Hey,
interesting.
that's pretty logical. And yeah, you can go pick it up back up at any time, you know?
Yeah. Like, have you guys ever talked to Wes Corwin about it?
Huh.
So Wes Corwin, obviously, it's super, super good.
Dude,
Been doing it forever.
hilarious.
Came up with
Shout
Ralph
out Wes
Barbosa.
Corwin.
You guys know who Ralph Barbosa is? So Wes and Ralph Barbosa came up to Wes was better than Ralph. Like Ralph looked. If you listen to Ralph's appearances on podcasts, and he'll mention like his Dallas buddies. He's like, yeah, this guy Wes that used to like help me out that I used to do shows with, and he's talking about Wes Corwin. There's even Wes's old podcast. Ralph is on it with him. Like they
That guy's blowing the fuck
Oh,
up.
and he's really good. I've seen him
He's
live.
great.
So Bricktown. So also Ralph Barbosa is like this big.
Oh, yeah.
He's the smallest person I've ever seen, and he like talks super quiet on stage. And at Bricktown, he like leans against the back wall. It was sold out to the fucking brim. The room was shaking for an hour and a half, and he's just like talking. Like it was amazing. Instead of like host feature headliner, he had his buddy come out and do like 5, and then he went up and did like 90. You know, he's just,
sick.
it was so, and he had the best, and this was before his Netflix special came out, so I was like, oh, I'm going to get to hear these bits on the Netflix special. It was all different shit.
That's
I was
what
like,
Dusty Slay did.
yes,
When I
Dusty
saw him,
Slay.
right before his Netflix special came out, he did an hour 15, murdered the entire
I
room.
was at that show with you.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
were. Murdered. Just absolutely smashed. And then I watched his Netflix special, didn't do a single joke. That was...
The special was great, too.
And yeah, same. Smashed
It
for
was
another hour.
so anyway, so Wes, I asked him, I was like, dude, you obviously are super fucking good, you know, and Wes used to like headline and do an hour, and like and now he just like does it as a hobby. He's not even like trying to get on shows. And I'm like, what was the difference? And he's like, well, dude, to make any comedy, you got to be willing to, you know, be broke, be transient, and have no stability and grind for all these years and years. He said, I met my wife and I decided I wanted to build a life with her. And I was like, whoa.
Fair.
And he's like, I have no hard feelings or qualms about it. I like hanging out with my wife more than I like making strangers laugh. And I was like, wow, that's pretty hardcore.
That's pretty hardcore.
That's cool. Like to find, like I thought that was really cool.
See, my wife's all about it, and she is now. She got a joke book.
Oh, she's getting into it?
Oh.
Writing jokes.
That's awesome.
So I'm pretty excited about that. Scotty's writing jokes.
Oh, it'd be awesome if you had a little comic prodigy son.
Yeah, so I mean, by the end, maybe it'll be like a freaking traveling family circus.
How sick would it be if your son hosted, your wife featured, and you headlined?
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
It'd be like a freaking built-in whole show.
Yeah.
Imagine if it were your son headlining.
Right.
Yeah.
Probably one day, dude.
The
That
Doell
guy's
family
funny.
circus.
That guy's funny as hell. His jokes are really intelligent.
Nice.
Like very adult for a 12-year-old. It's kind of wild. But what do you expect?
Wait a minute. I'm supposed to turn?
Good move.
Like I said before on the way to pick up Cody, if you feel at any point like you're gonna die today,
Mhm.
it's normal. It's all good.
Dude, Justin's with the Lord. He's going to get us there.
Yes. A nome Apaches, Affiliate Spiritus Sanctis.
Here we go.